Welcome, Impactful Parents. It's time for the Impactful Parenting Podcast, where I give you parenting tips and resources to make you a more impactful parent to your school-age child. I am your host, Kristina Campos. Get dressed when I'm standing before my 16-year-old son, who is taller than me and capable of dressing himself. And fast forward 5 years, and I'm waving goodbye to the same little boy going off to college. And still, I can only see a nervous child with an oversized backpack and an Iron Man lunchbox. It doesn't matter if your child is an independent 13-year-old or 17 years old and leaving the nest. Letting go when you feel like your child doesn't need you anymore, it's really tough. No, tough doesn't describe it. It's heartbreaking for many parents. Hello, my name is Kristina Campos. I'm founder of The Impactful Parent, and every week I give you parenting videos to help you in your parenting journey. If you have a particular topic or parenting question about your school-age child that you would like for me to address, please submit it at theimpactfulparent@gmail.com or by messaging me on social media, and all submissions are kept anonymous. As parents, it's natural to feel a mix of emotions when we realize that our children are growing up and becoming more independent. The teenage years in particular can be challenging as our children assert their autonomy and navigate the world independently. And if you're feeling like your child doesn't need you anymore, here are 5 practical tips to help you navigate this new phase of your parenting. So let's get started. Number 1, adjust your expectations, but stay engaged. It's important to recognize that your child is undergoing significant emotional and cognitive development during these teenage years. They may start seeking independence and pushing boundaries, making you feel like they don't need you as much. However, it's crucial to stay engaged in their lives and be available for support when they need you. So adjusting your expectations will help foster a healthy balance between letting go and staying connected. But how do parents do this? All right. Remember that school-age children need a different kind of parenting than younger children. The more they grow, our role shifts from guardian to coach. Work on changing your mindset. The older your child is, the more you need to let go of that authoritarian boss or dictator inside of you. Instead, imagine your child as a student or a player, and you are their life coach. By doing this, your expectations will also shift. As with many good coaches, we train our kids in particular skill sets. We educate our children about choices. We role model adulting. We manage our children's needs and support them in their goals, and we expect them to make mistakes, but we help them learn from them and improve for the next time, whether that's a game, a match, or an event. Number 2, foster open communication and active listening. Maintaining open lines of communication is crucial throughout the teenage years. Even if your child may not seek your advice as frequently, creating a safe space to share experiences and emotions will help them keep that bond with you. So active listening plays a vital role in this process. But how do we do this? Okay, first thing, avoid jumping to conclusions or giving unsolicited advice, because 99% of the time, teenagers need a listening ear. And that's it. Just a listening ear. And yet many parents ruin this bonding moment with their teen by going into fix-it mode or saying stuff like, well, when I was your age. Teenagers don't care about that. They see your experiences as unrelated because, well, your experience happened over 20 years ago. So instead, be a compassionate sounding board and provide guidance when they ask. When your child shares a problem or an achievement, Actively listening to them without interrupting is what you want to do. Reflect on what you hear and validate their feelings before offering advice. This will make them feel heard and understood. But second, you can't overreact when they're doing something wrong. In fact, the less you react, the better. You need to be a calm, safe space for them so that they can confide in you. No one wants to confide in someone they know is going to be screaming at them or lecturing them or taking their phone away. This leads to your child lying and hiding. And of course, staying calm is much easier said than done because typically teenage mistakes are very costly and frustrating. But the less you react, the better. This doesn't mean that you're not holding your child accountable, though. This just means that when you administer those consequences, you're calm. Number 3, encourage their autonomy and independence. While it may be bittersweet to see your child become more self-sufficient, embracing their growth and encouraging their autonomy is essential for their overall development. It's important to provide opportunities for them to make decisions and face consequences of their choices. This will help build their confidence and give them a more sense of responsibility. Now, teenagers crave autonomy and independence, right? So give it to them. It's your job to prepare them for the real world, and the real world will hit them in only a few years. It's better to expose them to some of the truths and difficulties of life while still under your care and support than protecting them from all the bad stuff and letting them discover that bad stuff when they are living alone, away from college or just out of the house. Now is the time instead. But how do parents do this? Well, encourage your teenager to take on new challenges, such as managing their finances and cooking some of their own meals. Allow your child to face the consequences of their actions when appropriate, instead of saving them. Empower them to make decisions and learn from their experiences, guiding them when necessary. None of this is easy. Knowing your teen will get hurt or fail or struggle and letting it happen because they didn't take your advice, it's really difficult. But still, your teen needs that autonomy to learn for themselves. Number 4, find new avenues to connect and bond. As your child becomes more independent, finding new ways to connect and maintain a strong bond is going to be important. And this is going to take intentional effort. Too often, parents think that the bond between parent and child should be natural. But as your child gets older, it's a lot of effort. So how do we do this? Look for common interests or activities that you can enjoy together. This could be anything from taking a cooking class to hiking or attending a concert. If you can't find a common interest, you may have to suck it up and be interested in something that your child likes. Finding shared experiences can build new memories and deepen your connection. And second, also carve out at least 15 minutes daily to check in with your child and talk to them. Now, I suggest doing this on a car ride or at the dinner table because you want it to look effortless, but in reality, you'll be doing things very intentionally. And number 5, invest in self-care and personal growth. As your child becomes more self-reliant, it's an excellent time to focus on your own self-care and personal growth. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Invest time in your hobbies and explore new interests. Finally, you are at the stage of your parenting that your child doesn't need you for every little thing anymore. Celebrate that and take advantage. Taking care of your own well-being will benefit you and ensure you that you will be available and present for your child when they need you. So how do you do this? Dedicate some time each week to engage in activities that nurture your soul and your personal growth. So join a book club, learn a new skill, or practice mindfulness. Stop making yourself last on your priority list. Okay, sure. It may have been necessary to give up some of those hobbies you used to love years ago, but now it's time to find you again. So carve out even more time for yourself by teaching your child to be more self-sufficient, like having them cook their own meals or teaching them to drive or making them do their own laundry. Because doing this actually benefits both of you. Now, remember, as parents, our love and support will always be important to our children, even if they don't express it the same way anymore. But by adjusting our expectations and fostering open communication, encouraging independence, finding new ways to connect, and investing in our well-being, we will evolve our parenting and foster stronger relationships with our growing teenagers. I hope this episode was valuable for you today. So become a more impactful parent by downloading the Impactful Parent app. The Impactful Parent app is free and full of episodes just like this one to help you in your parenting journey. Because investing in your family looks like learning the warning signs of certain behaviors so that you could stop the bad things before they start, or discovering new parenting techniques to make your parenting more effective, and joining a community of like-minded parents who just want to do the best they can for their child. All of this, plus so much more, is inside the Impactful Parent app. So download it today. You got nothing to lose with this free parenting resource. So go to theimpactfulparent.com and discover how you can step up your parenting game and become a more impactful parent. But until next time, you got this. I'm just here to help. Thank you for listening today. Remember to subscribe and share this podcast with a friend. And don't forget, the Impactful Parenting Podcast is an extension of the Impactful Parent community. Go to the Impactful Parent website and download the free Impactful Parent app so you don't miss a parenting tip that can help you and your family. Thanks for listening today. So go to theimpactfulparent.com and see you next episode.